Well, Squatters, a typical someone who happens to be interested in the current politics of our country would ask themselves, why was the EFF very secretive about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's suspension? Another thing, what will the CIC say about the interview of Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi? These are the questions now that are starting to rise. For the following reasons. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was suspended 6 weeks before the commencement of the NPA. They told him, now we are pinpointing the loopholes now. They told him that they will resolve his issue before the NPA. I made an episode saying Julius Malema was actually blocking this young man so not to participate in the NPA. Because remember, there was a campaign that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi must succeed Floyd Shivambu. And that campaign, Julius Malema didn't like him. By the way, the same Julius Malema was pushing for Advocate Godrich Gadi. Whatever that he was saying about Mr. Gadi was sort of promoting him, introducing him to the fighters. Now, here we are now. All that time when there was a campaign, Julius Malema knew that he has already suspended Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Look at the politics now. It gets so much interesting now. Now, we will demand answers from Julius Malema. I want to believe that the EFF members, if they are honest enough, they should seek some sort of accountability from their leader. By the way, I know for the fact that it's not easy to challenge the CIC. When you are an EFF member, you look like someone who's an anarchist, someone who's an antagonist, someone who likes chaos and everything. But fairly, he himself should have that conscience to say, listen, let me account to my people. Let me explain to my people what happened. Because you can't say you suspend a senior party, political party member, and you make it a secret. Number two, when you receive a suspension, the resignation letter from the same member that you suspended, you want to tell us that you are shocked. Number three, you had an NPA in his absentia, and when you are being questioned, where is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi? You say you don't know. You say you are not Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's keeper. This is so concerning. It is very much concerning. And as the leader of the political party, you need to take your people, the voters, and ordinary citizens who are not even following the EFF. You need to take them into confidence that this is what happened and this is your position, and going forward, this is how you are going to handle issues. There is a misrepresentation when it comes to handling this issue. I want to take Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's side, and this man, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, has been quiet, but the pain that he went through, we can all understand under normal circumstances. If you're human and you would have exactly made the same decision that he has made, he made peace with the fact that, listen, I'm no longer a private person or comrade or member of the revolutionary movement. In this circumstance, I want to withdraw all my services because I can see that the relationship is sour and all of that. But what we don't have to miss is for the CIC to explain exactly why would you suspend your senior member and make it a secret? Why would you suspend him 6 weeks before? These people had so much time to resolve that issue. If they say they've got an intelligence report, let them release that report. Let's see that, or take even your party members into confidence that this is what I got, because I believe they will still continue to follow him But they will be skeptical, that why did he do this to Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and doesn't produce anything? I mean, it looks like all those allegations have no substance at all. I know that for the fact that there are EFF members who are very much concerned about this whole thing, but they are too scared to come out. Because why? Their leader will crucify them, will vilify them, will victimize them, will chase them out of the EFF, because that's what he always does. I'm so much concerned. Another thing, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi will have to now push it further. If maybe, let's say, the CIC says, I did not suspend him, what's going to happen? I mean, it will push him to produce the suspension letter, to make it public that, listen, people, I was not lying. Because, okay, what if Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is lying about this whole thing of the suspension and all? He has to prove also, to take us into confidence, to say, listen, here's the proof, I was suspended, the suspension letter. Obviously, there's no way Mbuyiseni Ndlozi can be suspended and Julius Malema doesn't know about the suspension, and he's not privy to the information, to the insight of the suspension letter. So can you see the technicalities now that, listen, this one is saying I was suspended 6 weeks, mind you, 6 weeks before the commencement of the NPA. This one, he has to explain, Julius Malema, he has to explain that, listen, yes, he was indeed suspended. These are the code of ethics that he has violated. And by the way, the matter still is not resolved. How was the matter resolved? Now we look at how the EFF handles sensitive issues, sensitive party issues, that you suspend this member for 2 months. There's no engagement. There's nothing. You don't get back to him. Is this how you run the political party? Is this how you run your party? Is this how you're going to treat other members? This will leave a mark. I'm telling you, it's not going to go away. It will leave a mark, and there's a potential that now there's going to be ripple effects beyond this interview of Ndlozi. Now, the EFF members will be divided. Some will say, we stand with the CIC. Some will say, we're going to live with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, because they would feel, if this matter is not properly ventilated, resolved in a satisfactory manner, it will cost the EFF, because some members will feel like Ndlozi has been abused, has been victimized. Then what is the point of us staying? I mean, you wouldn't stay where there's no freedom, where you don't have a right to express yourself, where when you have concerns and the CIC, you are too scared that he will chase you out of the party and revoke your membership or expel you or something. And my concern now is that there's no proper disciplinary measure processes. You suspend someone, and then what happens? They must just stay there for 2 months, and then you suspended them. Then you continue as if it's business as usual. This is so worrying, and this is what I'm actually concerned about. And I've mentioned that before many times, by the way, that, listen, there's some sort of autocratic leadership there. You know, when you have code of ethics, just do the due process. Do it with diligence. Do not victimize people or make party members feel more like you are entitled, you can do whatever you want to do, and no one should question you. The CIC must now regain his conscience on this issue. He was too relaxed, he was too comfortable, he was cruising on this issue. By the way, the other member is struggling. He's going through so many emotions. Imagine, even in your employment, maybe you are employed somewhere, maybe by a company, and then they suspend you and they put you on suspension for 2 months. No one is saying anything to you. I'm telling you, you will even lose weight. I'm telling you, I don't know, it's so much stressful. Let's not even to mention about him thinking about his future with the party, but the stress being told that, listen, stay home, don't participate in any EFF event or anything. What does it mean? I mean, the CIC must take us into confidence with this issue. That is the last thing we shouldn't really struggle with. You know, he must, I'm waiting for a response, because if Julius Malema will be quiet with this issue, you know, silence means concern. And for him to be quiet, it will say everything that we are actually accusing him of. So for him is to come out, take us into confidence and say, hey, listen, people, as the EFF, this is what we did. This is what we are going to do. But anyway, it's too late. You can't have this issue running for more than 2 months, and you want to come now because he came and took an interview and came to clarify this whole matter. What if Mbuyiseni Ndlozi didn't come and explain exactly what has transpired? Would Julius Malema bother to come to the public and say this is what happened? I don't think so. So now that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi came forward and say, listen, people, I know you love me, I know you follow me, but because why? He had to clear his name. I would also have done the same, that listen, this man is not intending on resolving this matter. Let me go public and use what I have. He was using the tools he has, that listen, let me go public and explain, because he owed us an explanation. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi owed the public explanation, because you can't just vanish and all of a sudden you are nowhere to be found. All of a sudden, no, it doesn't work like that. He had to come, and he waited for long enough. He waited. In fact, by the way, this interview, if he took this interview maybe 2 weeks after his suspension, EFF could have been in tatters. It could have caused more damage to the NPA, because now they think, according to them, they had a successful NPA, everything was in order, there was no issues, we nominated the leadership, and it doesn't work like that. Don't take shortcuts. You need to ventilate issues properly and explain and account to the same people that you claim to lead. You must handle issues in an appropriate manner, whereby there won't be any questions. And now that we know that you suspended Ndlozi and you acted as if you don't know, you acted as if it's a surprise, everything to you, you were like Cyril Ramaphosa. No, I'm shocked. I was shocked when I received the resignation and all of that. Let's not play politics that way. It's a wrong way of playing politics. And somehow, along the way, it will catch up with you, Julius. You need to come and take people into confidence and lift up the spirit and say, although it's late, this issue has impacted so bad on you, and now we look at Mbuyiseni Ndlozi as an honest person. He is an honest man. And if I had to choose between the two, you lied, Julius. You lied by saying you don't know where is Ndlozi. You are not Ndlozi's keeper. By the way, you suspended him and you told him to stay home. And now you want to come and tell us you didn't know. And you are not his keeper. And then you haven't been in communication with the EFF spokesperson, the MP. You want to tell us you don't know? No, you know. You knew all along, because you're the one who suspended him. Unless if you counter his interview with a proof that you did not suspend him, it's for him to come forward to say, listen, here's the suspension letter. Here are the details of my suspension. This is what has been said about me. I should not participate. I should stay away from the party activities and all of that. These two men now, and this issue, it will at least drag longer, because now it's about the reputation. This one must maintain his credibility. This one must maintain the party's credibility and also his personal credibility, because you don't want to look like a liar to people. You don't want to look like a liar. So these two men must prove to us who is telling the truth, who is not telling the truth. This one said he doesn't know about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, is not his keeper. This one said, no, he suspended me. You see how much long now this issue will drag. And somehow, one of them is going to get a knock the hard way. We can't push politics that way, that now you're taking shortcuts and you want to convince everyone, and then you come later to campaign to say people must vote for you. They will tell you that no, you are not honest. You lied. This is what we don't think will take us far with you, because you lied and said this. Unless if he proves Ndlozi otherwise, I don't know, squatters. I'm just trying to be impartial with this issue, because it's hot like a hot potato. At the same time, we know that it's done. The relationship is broken beyond repair, but we need the truth before it's too late. It's already too late, because it's 2 months later. And if this man didn't come forward, what would happen? We would still continue to run around and be skeptical and trying to cram exactly what happened. And now that this man came forward, it's for Julius to say, listen, this is what happened, and whatever the reason, but he must say something. He can't be quiet and push people away when they try to understand. Because journalists, they are going to ask him, why were you quiet? Why were you quiet? Why were you acting like you knew nothing? That is the concern. If you are a leader, take people into confidence, and you must always remain credible. Remember, you look at the CIC, now it is going to cause more damage of his reputation, because the VBS issue, the tax issues, and all of that, and now this, and people will say, but it looks like we are following someone who's not credible. I don't know, squatters. I'm waiting for your comments to see how you respond on this issue. But this issue is hot like a potato. Every man now for himself. Every man wants to prove his credibility. Because he came forward and said, hey, I was suspended, and that's why I was not there at the NPA 6 weeks before, by the way. And this issue, I honestly believe, could have been resolved before the NPA, so that we know if the EFF decide to expel him, that's fine. But I think politically, they knew that it was going to cost them politically, because it was the time when the other EFF members were pushing for Ndlozi to become the deputy, to deputize Julius Malema, and of which it's something which Julius Malema didn't really want. I've even mentioned this, that Julius Malema doesn't want Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to deputize him. He wanted Godrich Kadi. By the way, there's nothing wrong with Godrich Kadi, but listen to what the people want. The people wanted Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to be the deputy. They were actually hoping that Ndlozi will actually ascend into deputizing Julius Malema. But Julius Malema, for his own personal reasons, didn't want Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. If you ask me, I still maintain that Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is a threat to the CIC. So he realized that this man is more powerful, is more influential, is more educated than me. So the chances that I might lose fame when he deputized me, because remember, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is those kind of people where he will outsmart you, he will shine. When you give him a platform, he makes sure that he's going to chop it, and he was going to dominate, and people were going to vouch for him to become the president. I don't know. That's how I feel. But squatters, let's continue to engage on this issue, because I'm worried about the credibility of these two men. Who is fooling who? This one is saying this one said this. Then when he was being asked that, listen, where is Ndlozi? No, I don't know about Ndlozi whatsoever. Ndlozi comes now later, taking an interview and explaining us, articulating to us exactly what has transpired. Who is telling the truth and who is lying? It might be that Ndlozi will have to produce a proof now to say, hey, listen, people, I was suspended, and this is what happened, and these are the contents, the terms and conditions of my suspension. Obviously, suspension, you need to stay out of the party activities, the daily activities and all of that. You need to step aside, by the way. And for him to resign as an MP, I think it was a good call. Also for him to say, let me exit the EFF. There's nothing left. Yes, it's for a good cause. But at the same time, this issue, if it's not resolved, it's not going to end here. It will carry on because we need clarity also as the spectators. We're not members, even if they don't explain to us, but explain to your members, Julius. Take them into your confidence, because it will hang. You are going to continue with this cloud of you secretly suspending Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. It means you wanted to crush his career in the EFF. I stand to be corrected, squatters. Let's continue to engage. Those who have not subscribed, subscribe, please. It's for free. Just subscribe and click that notification bell. When I drop the content, you happen to be the first to click and to see what is going on. Skipper Ngukulu. Sharp.